When you think about soil, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Let me guess. Dirt, right? Just this brown, kind of boring stuff that holds up plants. But what if I told you that the ground right beneath our feet is actually one of the most dynamic, most alive, and most biodiverse ecosystems on the entire planet?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. We're about to take a journey to uncover this incredible, vibrant world, a hidden universe that, as you'll see, is absolutely critical to life as we know it.
So, let's just start with a simple question. If you were to go outside and scoop up a single cup of healthy, undisturbed soil, what do you think you'd actually be holding? Maybe some minerals, a bit of water, perhaps an earthworm, if you're lucky?
Well, the reality is, it's absolutely mind-blowing. You'd be holding a bustling metropolis of life, a whole city of protozoa, nematodes, fungi, and tens of thousands of tiny arthropods. But the most common residents, by a long shot, are the bacteria.
That's right. A single cup of soil can hold up to 200 billion bacteria. To put that in perspective for you, that is more than 25 times the number of human beings on Earth, all in the palm of your hand. This isn't just dirt, folks. It's a living, breathing world.
Now, these billions and billions of organisms aren't just, hanging out next to each other. No way. They are actively working together, competing, and forming these incredibly complex partnerships that literally power our planet. And it's all built on one fundamental idea.
And that idea is symbiosis. This is the key concept, the rule book for understanding the living soil. It's all about different species getting together and forming these close, long-term relationships where everybody benefits.
And while there's a whole zoo of organisms down there, the real power players, the superstars of this underground alliance, are the fungi and the bacteria. The partnerships they form with plants are, well, they're nothing short of revolutionary.
So, how does this whole alliance actually work? Let's start with the fungi, which create this amazing network that some people have called nature's internet.
This special relationship is called mycorrhiza. It sounds like a big fancy word, but if you break it down, it literally just means fungus root, and that tells you pretty much everything you need to know. It's a physical connection, a true partnership between a fungus and a plant's roots.
Okay, so here's how it works. These fungi send out these incredibly fine threads, they're called hyphae, that basically act like a massive extension of the plant's own root system. They can reach way, way farther than the root could ever hope to on its own.
And when I say massive, I mean it. These fungal networks can increase the surface area of a plant's roots by 100 to even 1,000 times. This lets the plant tap into huge new reserves of water and nutrients, like phosphorus and zinc. And what does the fungus get? The plant feeds it sugars that it makes from photosynthesis. It's a perfect trade.
All right, now let's talk about the bacteria. Plants like soybeans and clover, they make another incredible deal, this time with bacteria called rhizobia. The plant gives the bacteria sugars for energy and a safe little home inside its roots. In return, the bacteria do something amazing, almost like magic. They pull nitrogen gas, which plants can't use, right out of the air and turn it into ammonia, which is the perfect natural fertilizer that the plant needs to grow.
So, we've got these incredible microscopic alliances happening all over the place, right under our feet. But why should we care? What does this mean for us on a bigger scale? Well, it turns out this hidden world is completely fundamental to our survival.
The health of this living soil, it directly impacts everything. I'm talking about the food we eat, the water we drink, and even the stability of our global climate. It boosts our farms, it secures our water, it fights off pests, and it's a huge player in the carbon cycle. Let's just take disease suppression, for example. A diverse, thriving soil ecosystem is basically like having a tiny security force for your plants. The sheer number of good microbes outcompetes the bad guys, the harmful pathogens, for food and space, which helps protect the plant's roots. And you can imagine this has huge implications for agriculture. By focusing on keeping the soil healthy, farmers can rely less on chemical pesticides, and that means healthier food for us and a healthier planet for everyone. Healthy soil is also absolutely essential for our water security. That complex structure created by all those organisms and organic matter lets it act like a giant sponge. It soaks up rainwater, filters it clean, and recharges our groundwater, which helps prevent erosion and even dangerous flash floods. But maybe, just maybe, the soil's most critical job on a global scale is in regulating our climate. Get this, the world's soil holds 2 to 3 times more carbon than our entire atmosphere. It is a massive, massive carbon storage tank.
And that means it has immense potential as a solution to climate change. Some estimates say that through better management, things like reforestation and planting cover crops, our farmlands could capture up to 10 gigatons of CO2 every single year. For context, that's about the same as all global emissions from burning oil. Wow.
So this living soil is an invaluable, priceless resource, but it's also incredibly fragile. And frankly, our modern activities are putting it under some serious threat.
Things like widespread deforestation, intensive agriculture with its heavy tilling and chemical use, pollution, and just paving over more and more land for cities, all of these things tear apart and destroy that delicate, essential soil food web.
But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. And it's probably simpler than you think. Whether you have a giant farm or just a small backyard garden, these 4 steps are key. First, feed the soil with organic matter, like compost. Second, protect it with a layer of organic mulch. Third, avoid tilling whenever you can. That just breaks up those vital fungal networks. And finally, avoid pesticides that can wipe out all the good guys along with the bad.
Each one of these actions, no matter how small it seems, helps to nurture and restore this vast, complex world beneath our feet. And it's the very same ecosystem that filters our water, grows our food, and truly sustains all of us.
So I'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. Now that we know the ground isn't just inert dirt, that it's a living, breathing entity, it kind of changes everything, doesn't it? The real question is, how will we choose to walk on it, to cultivate it, and to protect it? Because the answer to that question will define our future.